Well, guys, today on JSK395 Talk, since I just got home from 4-H camp up in Columbia, actually I have this shirt that says "Home Sweet Home" to me. Got it from the canteen up there. Even the Tennessee State University logo is on there. Today we're going to be talking about Tank. If you guys have been onto 4-H camp, so 4-H, if you're watching this, please subscribe to my channel. And most of the 4-H leaders might know me as the guinea pig man, Tank is like a really big alligator snapping turtle. There's actually a common snapping turtle in their wildlife room. So if you go to 4-H camp during summer camp, you can actually go check that out. But yeah, Tank is probably the most dangerous animal I've ever seen. Like, I've heard he's like, this story of like little Bobby, he literally got devoured by Tank. I heard CCG said he saw his fishing rod smashed and, just guts, everything all over the site. So I actually went to the swamp crawl, so this is going to be the actual story. So we were sitting down near the gate waiting, and I was just praying that I would make it out of there alive and hopefully get my letter D. And so we were called to come out to the bench, and he just went blah, 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 if you're scared, bail out. So he showed us these pictures. He showed us like this underwater webcam in 2014. He swam right by it. There was even this underwater webcam photo with like his jaws opening at the camera. There was even this girl who got bit when who got her like this entire half of her leg severed off by Tank. So that was when she was like 4. She came back a few years later. There's actually a picture of her holding a picture of Tank, and she has like one of those robotic legs. That freaked me out the most. So then we went to get on our life jackets. I made sure not to take the one that said turtle food on it, because I took that one on the last creek stump. So we're walking down there. My legs were so weak, I couldn't even walk. I felt like my legs were about to give way, and I was like all shaky. So we saw the creek. We went around to the bottom of the hill, got to the bottom of Huff Puff Hill. And yeah, we kept on walking. We set up a ladder. We went down the rope, and I was like, and once everybody was off, I was like, please tell me Tank didn't hear that. So yeah. Luckily, we were in the flats, which is what they like to call it. We were in Dead Campers Creek. At first, I thought it was named after little Bobby who got killed. But it turns out I asked ECG, and she said that you can. Luckily, the flats are harmless. It said that you could actually float down the creek like a dead man. So we approached Meat Grinder Rapids, and right behind Meat Grinder Rapids was where little Bobby got killed, and the swamp was right behind Meat Grinder Falls. So there's this log off in the distance. The ladder's only 15 yards out in the swamp. And the swamp's really big. It's like a mile long. And I'm going to say 15 feet across. And we started walking. I felt uncomfortable passing by this log because I know I go fishing a lot of the time, and that's where bluegills like to hide out. So he gave us warnings if we saw like little swirls in the water, or ripples, or dirt clouds underwater, mud clouds underwater kicking up. That could probably mean Tank was there. And right when we passed by that log, there's another Jason said that somebody actually stepped on Tank's shell, and that's what made him come after us. But CCG kept turning behind 0.5 seconds. And it was probably the most traumatizing part of the story. So click on something else now if you're scared. So leave this video if you're gonna be scared about this part, because things are about to get really scary. I made it back in one piece. There's a huge spider bite right there. And that was from camp. So we walked past this log, and you know what? Guess what? We saw swirls, ripples, mud clouds kicking up underwater, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm literally shaking. I'm in line 2, right behind line 1. And like a few seconds later, this kid kind of slips in the water, and that's actually when he stepped on the tank, and then CCG sees his shadow darting at him, and he blows his whistle, and he's like, run! And I'm like in his head of the entire pack. I'm like swimming as fast as I can, trying to get to the ladder. It's like 3 yards in front of me. I look back, and this was the scariest part. So click away now. I saw a shadow as big as this table. It's like half as big as this entire table big that I have the camera on. It's like around I don't know, 7 feet long. And it has like these arms. It's like doing this. Has a tail, and there's like a huge mud cloud behind it. It's going like 25 miles an hour. And all these kids, like I see the horror going on. All these kids are swimming. And what I didn't know is I actually knocked my friend Wyatt Harris off. He fell in the water, and he saw a tank. He saw his shell, and he climbed up the ladder. Luckily, he made it out. Nobody died. But this kid slipped, fell underwater, and Tank saw him, opened his jaws, Tank closed them, and then he swiped. And the kid still has a scratch. It's not like a really deep scratch. It was like a light one. He barely got him, but he barely got out. And one kid even said he got his shoe pulled off. And there was even like a bandana around his leg. And if that bandana hadn't been there, he would have got his leg teared off. And yeah, we all got out of there. We went to the bottom of the hill. We were all really shooken. So yeah, it was a pretty scary experience. So, well folks, that's going to be it for this episode. Bye guys.